I remade this Mario power-up inside of Roblox, and here's how I did it. Hey guys, it's me, Starry. I was scrolling through Twitter a few days ago, Starry the Dev, and I saw an account called Alex Tanooki. They make Roblox videos, but that's not why you clicked on this video. You clicked on this video because of a Mario power-up. And what did I say their name was? Yeah, that's right. It reminded me of a Mario power-up called the Tanooki suit. So let's talk about how I made the game that will end up looking like this.
Yay!
Before this video starts, I'd like to ask you to subscribe because these videos take a lot of time to make, and I'm also trying to overtake my friend Hazem in subscribers. I never pronounce it right. And no, it's not the same Hazem that owns the Please Donate donation game on Roblox. He gets that a lot, surprisingly. So yeah, I opened up a fresh base plate and spent a while making this tail so I could give players a Tanooki tail. Tried adding some ears, but it was kind of stupid and not working very well, so now the player joins the game and gets his tail. Anyways, I attached the tail to the player, but now we need it to work. So let's give it some abilities. And in the Mario games, the Tanooki suit grants the wearer the ability to fly. Well, glide actually. Okay, here's a glide animation with a wagging tail. Now let's go over the process of making it work. There's two key parts of the gliding system. Detecting when the player is pressing the jump button and then slowing the player's fall. So here's how it works. We can use Roblox's user input service to detect when the player presses their jump button. Add a small cooldown so the first jump isn't picked up, along with the humanoid's state changed event so we can check when the player is falling or not. Now we enable gliding and stop it after the player either stops jumping when their humanoid's jump property becomes false, or they've landed on the ground. Next up is discussing how we're going to make the player actually glide instead of just having a really fancy jump detector. First, we obviously make the gliding animation. Now we apply velocity to the player that makes them fall at a slow speed, and we do this by using a linear velocity constraint. Although we actually have to use the legacy body velocity object because the max force property of the newer version is just a plain number that works along all axes, although I only want this force to affect the y-axis because we still need our player to have the ability to move. And after the longest list of all time, that is the explanation of the gliding system. Here is what we have so far, just a couple of platforms with a place to glide over to, but it's not over yet. Next up in this video, we'll be adding combat mechanics, making the game look nice, adding a competition area with leaderboards, along with a donation board if you want to support me, and a shop where you can buy some awesome styles with in-game points. I don't want to get into too much detail for this next bit, given my long monologue about the gliding system, but I made a tail whip. When the player clicks, taps, or presses the trigger on their controller, they'll perform this attack. If the tail's hitbox touches something, it will send an event to the server. The server will then do some checks to see if the hit is confirmed. It will apply a temporary velocity force to the player's character, and this one uses Roblox's newer linear velocity constraint force. Okay, so demo area, gliding, and whipping attacks. Now let's just release the game with the name of Tanooki Testing, and maybe tweet about it. So we've gotten all this work done in one day. So let's take a break and try to get the game done by tomorrow. That didn't end up happening, I'll just tell you that much. It took 3 days and I'm very sad about it. Recording this video on the 3rd day. Next up is making this game look amazing. So I made some meshes in Blender, such as some bushes, trees, a Tanooki leaf, and even a cool camper van to act as a shop area. So here's the final version of the map, including that air in the crown. I mean a crown in the air. And that's the King of the Hill area that gives you points for every second you stand on it, or just have it claimed. There's even a leaderboard in the spawn area that shows you the players with the most points ever. Along those leaderboards, I'm legally obligated to tell you that there's also donations leaderboards that show up who gives me the most money. So if you're interested in making my wallet fatter, then go for it, I guess. After that, I made a pretty simple shop that allows you to purchase styles for your tail by using the points you get from the King of the Hill area. The prices range from 70 all the way up to 3,600. That's an hour of playing the game. There's also a game pass that allows you to create your own custom colours, and this uses the exact same technology as another game I've made that's called Design Paradise. And that's that. The current state of the game is as I've just mentioned, and you can check it out in the description of the video. I hope you all have a nice day, and I'll go back to posting YouTube shorts in between major uploads. Here's an end card. Enjoy.